Dear students, in this section, let us try to explore more about the displacement thickness, momentum thickness, and energy thickness. I hope you have some basic knowledge about this displacement, momentum, and energy thickness. Okay, now the displacement thickness is denoted as delta star. It is given by 0 to delta of 1 by small u plus capital U into dy. The small u is nothing but the velocity variation which will happen along the within the boundary layer, and the capital U is the free stream velocity, and capital U is the free stream velocity. Similarly, the momentum thickness is given by this formula. How to arrive at this momentum thickness? Just multiply by this displacement thickness by small u by capital U. And coming to the energy thickness, along with this formula, you multiply one more u by u term in the second term. So it will be the energy thickness. So what is the common thing you found in all this equation? What is the common thing you found in all this equation? It depends upon what? Okay, so you are right. All this delta star, theta, and delta double star depends upon the velocity profile u by u. If this velocity profile is u by u is keep on going to change, your delta star, theta, and delta double star also going to change it. Okay, so all are function of what? All the limits goes from 0 to delta, but all are going to be function of what? So small u by u. So in the exam, they may ask you to derive or express these terms delta star, theta, and delta double star in terms of delta for various velocity profiles. In this section, let us try to establish the relationship between delta star and delta, theta and delta, similarly delta double star and delta for two different velocity profiles. Let us now first take the velocity profile as a simple velocity profile. Small u by u equal to what? Y by delta. Let us take a simple velocity profile. In the next case, let us call this as case number 1. In the next case, let us call this case as case number 2. It is small u by capital U is nothing but 2y by delta minus y squared by delta squared. So these are the two different velocity profiles what we are going to see in the section. They may give any expression in your examination. For example, case 3, if they want, I can give us what? U by capital U equal to 3 into y by delta minus 1 by 3 into y cube by delta cube. Like this also they can give. So they can give the velocity profile in terms of what? Any parameters what we want. But today, let us try to take the first two case and try to solve in this particular section so that you'll have confidence in the exam or in anything. If they're going to give the different velocity profile, you will have the confidence to derive on your own. Let us now proceed with these things. So for all these things, you should know this fundamental equations, namely this. If you are not knowing this, we can't derive it. So first of all, you should know what is meant by displacement thickness, the formula, the momentum thickness. This formula also you should know. Okay, then the third formula, this also you should know. After that, you have to substitute the value of u by u here as y by delta in the first case. The second case, you have to substitute u by u as what? This formula for determining the delta star. Similarly, this u by u should be substituted here. This u by u should be substituted here for getting the energy thickness. Okay, in the case 2, you have to substitute these things over here to arrive at the theta and delta double star. I hope you got the logic. Now we'll go with the first case, case number 1. What is case 1? Case 1 is small u by capital U is given by y by delta. First, what we are going to try to find? We are going to find the displacement thickness. So it's delta star. What is the formula? You should know that 0 to delta 1 minus small u by capital U of dy. Now let us try to substitute this 2 in 1 because I have to substitute the u by u as what? Y by delta. So it is nothing but 0 to delta 1 minus y by delta of dy. When I'm going to integrate this, it will become what? 1 will become y. This will become what? Y squared by 2. So y squared by 2 delta. So the limits what? 0 to delta. I hope you got the meaning of integration. When I'm going to integrate the constant, it will be along the variable. When I'm going to have integrate y, it will become what? Y squared by 2. So y squared by 2 into delta. So the limit is what? 0 to delta. So what is the answer now? It will be delta. The upper limit is delta minus delta squared by 2 delta. There's no need to apply the lower limit because the lower limit will be what? 0. Because 0 minus 0. So leave the second term. So it will become delta squared minus delta by 2. Why? This delta cancel. So it becomes delta by 2. This is nothing but delta only. So 1 delta minus half delta. So it will become plus half delta. Now what is the meaning? Delta star. The displacement thickness is equal to half of the boundary layer thickness. So that is the final value. We got it. So I will repeat once again. It's very simple. We are trying to substitute the value of u by u as y by delta in the displacement thickness equation, and we are trying to do the integration, simply mathematics, and we are trying to apply the limits. Finally, we arrive at the physics. The displacement thickness is half of that of the what? Your boundary layer thickness. Delta is called as the boundary layer thickness. Half that of the boundary layer thickness. Now, we have completed the first one, namely called as what? Your displacement thickness. So, I will write this answer here. So, delta star equal to delta by 2. Let us continue further and try to establish the momentum thickness in terms of boundary layer thickness. So, for that, you should know the formula for the momentum thickness. The momentum thickness is given by theta, which is nothing but 0 to delta, where delta is the boundary layer thickness of u by capital U into 1 minus small u by capital U of dy. So, this is the formula for momentum thickness. You should know. Now, I am going to substitute the value of u by capital U over here. So, it will become 0 to delta. U by U is nothing but y by delta of 1 minus y by delta of dy. So, here is only mathematics, only integration. So, there is no physics involved. So, it will become y by delta minus y squared by delta squared. I simply multiplied. Still, I have not integrated. So, it's 0 to delta of dy. When I'm going to integrate this one, I will write it here. It will become 0 to delta. It will become y squared by 2 delta minus y cube by 3 delta squared. Sorry, I have integrated now, so I should not put this one. So y squared by delta minus y cube by 3 of delta squared. The limits is what? 0 to delta. So what will happen? It will become delta squared by 2 delta minus delta cube by 3 delta squared. There's no need to apply the lower limit because 0. So it becomes delta get cancelled. This delta square and the delta cube, 1 and delta square will get cancelled. So it will become delta by 2 minus delta by 3. So if you're going to take the LCM, it will become 3 delta minus 2 delta. So it becomes delta by 6. So what is the left hand side? The left hand side is theta. So we got the answer. From this, what we got? The momentum thickness is 1 by 6th of the boundary layer thickness. Earlier we got the displacement thickness 1/2 of the boundary layer thickness. Now we got theta equal to what? 1 by 6 of delta. What is 1 by 6 of delta? The momentum thickness is 1 by 6 of the what? The boundary layer thickness. 1 by 6 of the boundary layer thickness. Continuing further. So now we done the two works. The third work is now related to the what? Your energy thickness. The energy thickness is given by the formula delta double star. Okay, so delta double star is given by 0 to delta u by capital U into 1 minus small u squared by capital U squared of dy. Substitute this formula over here. It will become 0 to delta y by delta into 1 minus. I can put directly as what? Y squared by delta squared. I hope you can understand it of dy. So when I'm going to multiply inside, it will become y by delta. Still I have not integrated. Minus y cube by delta cube of dy. When I'm going to integrate further, it will become what? Y squared by 2 delta minus y power 4 by 4 delta cube. To the limits what? 0 to delta. So just as normal. I hope there's no need to explain. It's a self-explanatory. So now I'm going to apply the limits. So it will become what? Delta squared by 2 delta minus delta power 4 by 4 delta cube. So this 1 delta and 1 delta goes away, delta cube and delta cube goes away. So the answer will be what? Delta by 2 minus delta by 4. So the answer will become, I can take the LCM as 4, it will become 2 delta minus delta. So it will become delta by 4. So what is the left hand side? Delta double star. What is delta double star? Is nothing but energy thickness. This is nothing but called what? Energy thickness. So we arrived at all the values. So delta double star equal to what? 1 by 4 of delta. So we can see that the displacement thickness is 1/2 of the boundary layer thickness. The momentum thickness is 1/6 of the boundary layer thickness, and the energy thickness is 1 by 4 of the boundary layer thickness. So we are able to arrive or correlate how much of boundary layer thickness will be equal to that displacement thickness and your momentum thickness and the energy thickness. Similarly, we have completed now the case 1. I hope you have the confidence to do the case 2. You can try on your own. Even in the exam, they can ask you with case number 3 or 4, any equation. Just substitute the value of u by u in the displacement, momentum and energy thickness equations, and try to establish the relationship between delta star and delta, theta and delta, delta double star and delta. Okay, we'll proceed further. Let us continue with case 2. Since it's simple mathematics, you already have gained confidence. I'll be doing it fast, and if there's any doubt, you may just go through the video. Okay. So we can see here, this is the displacement thickness, and the velocity profile is not simple now. Somewhat is bigger, 2y by delta minus y by delta whole square. Wherever there's u by u, you try to substitute this value and get the answer. That's the only thing. So don't worry or you're afraid of this equation. 1 minus, what is u by u? 2y by delta. So don't make any mistakes. So it's y squared by delta squared of dy. So what will happen? It is 0 to delta 1 minus 2y by delta plus minus into minus will become plus y squared by delta squared of dy. Now you integrate this equation. I will write it here. It will become 1 will become y minus 2y squared by, sorry, it is, 2 is already there. 2y squared by 2 delta plus y cube by 3 delta squared to the limits what? 0 to delta. So I have to apply before apply the limits, apply the limits. So delta minus 2 delta squared by 2 delta plus delta cube by 3 delta squared. So this delta and delta will get cancelled, 2 will get cancelled. So finally it's delta minus delta. So this also get cancelled. So what is the answer? This delta squared and this delta squared get cancelled. So answer will be delta by 3. So what is the answer now we got? Delta star is equal to what? Delta by 3. Very simple. So don't worry. So don't afraid of saying this bigger equation. Just you have to substitute the value of u by u and try to simplify it and try to expand it. Try to apply the limits of integration. You will get the answer very easily. So delta star equal to what? Delta by 3. So I will write the answer here. Delta star equal to delta by 3. Now theta equal to what? 0 to delta. It is u small u by capital U into 1 minus small u by capital U into dy. So don't worry, just substitute the value, but do it carefully. 0 to delta 2y by delta minus y squared by delta squared. Y means I am substituting, expanding it for the numerator and the denominator. Okay, into 1 minus, don't forget to put the bracket because the bracket is common to the entire u by u. So 2y by delta minus y squared by delta squared of the entire thing you have to put as what? Dy. So before multiplying this one, you let us simplify this term. So it will become 0 to delta 2y by delta minus y squared by delta squared of 1 minus 2y by delta plus y squared by delta squared of dy. Here is 2 terms, here is 3 terms. So when I'm going to multiply, there will be some 6 terms. That's it. Then you integrate, substitute the values of limits of integration, you will get the solution. Okay, so first I'll try this term and I'll multiply with all the three terms. Okay, so please tell me if I make any mistakes. So it will be 2y by delta minus 4y squared by delta squared plus 2y cube by delta cube minus, now I'm going to multiply by this one, and this one. So it is minus y squared by delta squared plus 2y cube by delta cube plus, it's not plus, it's minus y power 4 by delta power 4. Still we have not integrated, just we have expanded. Still we have not integrated, but just we have expanded this form. So instead of 2 into 3, we have 6 terms. Now we'll integrate. So you see here, when I'm going to, from here I'm writing here. So after integration it will become what? 2y squared by 2 delta minus 4y cube by 3 delta squared plus 2y power 4 by 4 delta cube minus y cube by 3 delta squared plus 2y power 4 by 4 delta cube minus y power 5 by 5 delta power 4 to the limits 0 to delta. I hope I can erase it now. So you try to apply the limits, 2 to get cancelled. So it will become delta squared by delta minus 4 by 3 delta cube by delta squared plus 2 into delta power 4 by 4 into delta cube. If you want, we can make it as 1 by 2 also, minus y cube, not y cube, delta cube by 3 delta squared plus 2 into delta power 4 by 4 delta cube minus delta power 5 by 5 delta power 4. Okay, so this 1 delta and 1 delta cube, so delta squared and delta cube squared here, delta cube and delta cube, delta squared and delta squared, delta cube and delta cube, delta power 4 and delta power 4. So finally I am end up with what? Delta minus 4 by 3 delta plus 1 by 2 delta, because I made 2 by 4 is 1 by 2 minus delta by 3. Here also I will make is plus 1 by 2 delta. Okay, this is also there. This is also 1 by 2 delta minus delta by 5. Okay, so I will erase this central part. Now we can make these two terms a single term, because this half, this another half will become 1. So it will become delta. I am adding these two terms. Half delta plus half delta will become 1 delta. So the remaining terms I'll write minus 4 by 3 delta minus delta by 3 minus delta by 5. So it become 2 delta minus 4 by 3 delta minus delta by 3 minus delta by 5. So we can take the LCM as what? 15 now. 15 means 30 delta. 15 into 2. It is 5 into 4 minus 20 delta. It is 5 delta. Okay, minus 3 delta. So it will become what? It will become 2 by 15 of delta. Okay, 30 minus 20 means 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 3 is what? 2. So 2 by 15 delta. What is the left hand side? Theta. So we got the answer is what? The moment of thickness is 2 by 15th of the boundary layer thickness. So we can also write here theta equal to what? 2 by 15 of delta. On continuing further, let us try to find the energy thickness. The energy thickness is obtained as delta double star is what? In this formula, just you have to make it as u squared by u squared. Okay. Now let us proceed further with the same procedure. It is 2y by delta minus y squared by delta squared half 1 minus, this can be taken as u by u whole squared. So it will be 2y by delta minus y squared by delta squared the whole squared. How I written this one? U by u whole squared. So u by u is this one. This is nothing but a whole squared. I can write this term as what? U by u whole squared. So u by u is what? This term, the whole square of dy. I hope it is easily understandable. Now let us try to work on this one. Let's keep this term as same. So 0 to delta 2y by delta. It is somewhat laborious, but there's nothing to think. There's no brain work there, but there's only work to do some mathematical calculations. It is a minus b whole square. So a square plus b square minus 2ab. So it is 4 y squared by delta squared a squared plus b squared. So it is y power 4 by delta power 4 minus 2ab minus 2. A is this one, b is this one. So 2 into 2, 4y cube by delta cube. So how I got this one? This I have to multiply this term and this term with the 2 minus 2. So it is what? 4y cube into delta cube. I hope you got it. Okay. So now let us take this minus sign also inside. So I am not writing one more step. I am taking minus here. This also minus. This plus. I hope you got it, the logic. So here the minus was outside, but I take it inside. So what are the terms which are positive become negative? What are the terms which are negative become what? Now positive. Okay. So how many terms will come now? I hope there's no need of this term equation also now. So here is 2 terms. Here is 5 terms. So the total will be 10 terms. After getting 10 terms, I have to integrate, apply the limits, get the solution. That's it. Okay. It's very simple. 0 to delta. So first I multiply this term with all the 5 terms. So it become 2y by delta. Still I have not integrated. So you should be careful. Minus 4, not 4. 2 into 4 is 8. So 8y cube by delta cube. Okay. Then minus 2y power 5 by delta power 5 plus 8y power 4 by delta power 4. Okay, the first, yeah, it's only 4 terms. I'm sorry, it's not 5. 4 into 2 will become 8. Okay, so 4 terms we got it. Minus y squared by delta squared. Minus into minus will become plus. So plus 4y power 4 by delta power 4. Then that also will become plus y power 6. Y power square into y power 4 is y power 6 by delta power 6 plus, not plus, is minus. Y is minus, minus into plus is minus 4 y power 5 by delta power 5 of dy. That's it. It is somewhat bigger. It is somewhat bigger, but there's nothing to think. But you should be cautious that you should not make any mistakes. Okay, now you integrate. So it becomes 2y squared by 2 delta, or y squared by 2 minus delta. It's not delta, it should be 8. It's not a thing, it's 8. 8 y power 4 by 4 delta cube, because delta will come only in the denominator as per this equation, minus 2y power 6 by 6 delta power 5 plus 8 y power 5 by 5 delta power 4 minus y cube by 3 delta squared plus 4 y power 5 by 5 delta power 4 plus y power 7 by 7 delta power 6 minus 4 into y power 6 by 6 delta power 5 to the limits 0 to delta. So I hope I can erase this also. I believe that I have not made mistakes. Okay. So this 2 get cancelled. Then apply the limits will become what? Delta squared by delta minus 8 delta power 4 by 4 delta cube minus 2 into del power 6 by 6 del power 5 plus 8 del power 5 by 5 del power 4 minus del cube by 3 del squared plus 4 del power 5 by 5 del power 4 plus del power 7 by 7 del power 6 minus 4 del power 6 by 6 del power 5. That's it. Okay, so this del will get cancelled, delta cube and this will get cancelled, and 4 by 8 will become 2. Okay, so it become delta minus 2 delta. So here it become del power 5 and del power 5 will get cancelled. So 1 by 3 delta, this del power 4 and del power 5 will get cancelled, plus 8 by 5 delta, this delta square and delta square get cancelled, so it's delta by 3. This also get cancelled, so just 4 by 5 delta. This will become delta by 7. It will become 2 by 3 delta. Now how to take the LCM? It will be what? 3 into 5 into 7. So 3 into 5 is 15 into 7. 15 into 7 will be, I hope it's 105. 7 5 is 35, 3. Yeah, 105. So the denominator will be equal to 105. So it is 105 delta minus 210 delta minus 35 delta plus 21 into 8 delta minus 35, yeah, 35 delta plus 3 into 7, 21 into 8 delta, yes, plus 15 delta minus 5 into 7, 35. 35 into 2, 70 delta. So let us so it's not here 21 into 8, it is 21 into 4. Okay, here only is 21 into 8. Here it is what? 21 into 4 into delta. Okay, good. So it will become minus 105 delta minus 35 delta plus 21 into 8, 816, 168 delta minus 35 delta plus 168 half, 84, 84 delta plus 15 delta minus 70 delta by 105. Okay. So I add the negative terms together, 105, 35, 35, here 35, here 35, so 70. Then here 70. So you go 5, 4, 245 minus. What about the plus? This negative and all over now. Plus it is 168, 84 and 15. So it become 8, 4, 12, 12 plus 5, 17, 1, 7, 8 are 15, 16, 267. So 267 minus 245. 267 is positive, 245 is negative. So 2, 2. So the answer is 22 by 105 delta. What is the left hand side? Delta double star. That's it. So we can see the energy thickness is equal to 22 by 105 of delta. Okay, now we are able to get what is delta star in terms of delta, theta also in terms of delta, and theta delta double star in terms of delta. I hope it is possible. It is easy only. It is laborious. I accept it. It is laborious, but not difficult. There's nothing to do with brain. Just if you do carefully with some mathematical work, then definitely will succeed. For any philosophy field, what they are going to give in your exams. Okay, all the best. Thank you.